That dog still on him. And y'all really letting that dog still bite him. Y'all is going down for that. Y'all got that dog still biting that man. That dog is still biting that man. That dog is still biting that man. Oh my God. Y'all, they still letting that dog bite that man. Look at these police. Oh my God. And I just... Give me your right arm. Y'all still letting that dog bite him. Y'all still... Oh my God. And they bust his head open.
The scripture says, all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop.
Let's go, Rich. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing.
Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too long, and they're fed up. They've become disenchanted. They've become disillusioned. They've become dissatisfied. And all of this has built up frustrations in the black community that makes the black community throughout America today more explosive than all of the atomic bombs the Russians can ever invent.
All right, peace and blessings, all praises to the Most High. I want to sincerely thank y'all for tuning in to another episode, albeit it is another instance of police brutality. In this case, it is Mr. Randall Anderson of St. Louis, Missouri. This incident happened on May the 30th, and I have yet to find a credible news outlet with video or news article on this subject. The video that you just saw was taken by a man on Facebook, and I'm going to show you the rest of that video, although you've already seen the maliciousness where the man is already on the ground, handcuffs. He's being bitten by a dog. He has a knee on his neck, and he's basically being thrown around like a rag doll, and you'll see further on through the video how it seems as if he is unconscious already. So I'm going to show you this video. Then I'm going to show you another video from a different angle that adds further insult to injury, as it shows the immense police brutality that our brother has suffered.
Yep. And his knee on his neck. And the dog been biting him. No, they gonna lose their job. They need to lose their job. That man ain't moving. Y'all dragging that man? Is he?
And there you see once again the total disregard of him as a human, dragging him while he is almost lifelessly unconscious, not even attempting to check his pulse or his breathing as he lays there motionless on the concrete. And as you hear the lady say, he's bleeding from his head.
He dead. Y'all ain't even check his pulse. He might not even be alive. I got the video. This man might not even be breathing. Y'all drag that man like that, and y'all let that dog bite him. But that's not okay. Y'all already had him. Y'all should have let that dog let him go. And he bleeding out of his head. And he bleeding out of his head. Yeah. He bleeding out of his head. You worried about, y'all need to, oh my God. This.
Now, there you see, once again, the man is already subdued. He's not moving. He's not a threat. The police officer has the alleged gun. So why is his knee still on the man like that? That is just total excessive brutality and also totally abuse and excessive force.
The officer needs to lose his job. Y'all just dragged that man. Now he talking about don't be part of the problem. Look at the man bleeding all out of his face. Oh my God, I just got out of surgery. I'm glad they got these black officers out here, and I know her. I went to school with her. Oh. They really did that man like that. This is horrible. This is horrible how they did this man. And I watched it. I got the whole video and it's live. All the way from the dog biting that man. And they had him down on the ground and still let that dog bite him. They let that dog bite that man and that man was already down. It's a video. It's a whole video, and I'm live. Cause they let that look. That man, he wasn't even moving. They let that dog keep biting on him. Y'all let that dog go on him. Now you trying to see if he awake. Look at his head bleeding. Look at his head. You really let that dog bite that man's leg up like that. Right, not in front of us. And that man ain't even moving, y'all. Oh my God. The ambulance right there. Boy, the ambulance right there. You mad now? You mad because you finna lose your job. That's what that is. You about to lose your job. Had your neck on that, your leg on that man's neck. And y'all let that man keep getting bit by that dog. Now you want to check a pulse. This is horrible. But that ain't the case. We understand he had a gun and he could have killed anybody. But y'all didn't have to do him like that. Look at the man's face.
All right, and we'll stop it right there as you see them drag his lifeless body onto the gurney. And the police officer alleged that he was walking around pointing the gun at people. But, information on various other posts said no, the gun was in that backpack and he wasn't pointing it at the people. Nevertheless, at the point where he was laying on the ground, when the officers had his hand subdued, they had him on the ground with a knee on his neck, and the dog was biting him. At that point right there, he was not a threat to anyone, irregardless of what he was alleged to have done before then. So at that point right there shouldn't have been knees on his neck. There shouldn't have been any forced use because he was not a threat. Yet and still you see, even after he was laying motionless and lifeless, he was dragged by that officer. And also, once again, the officer need to back down on him. Like that was necessary. And I want you guys to take a look at this picture. This is a picture of him. I guess this is shortly thereafter the assault with swollen and bloody eyes. Also, the family has started a GoFundMe in his name. And I'm just going to read you a little bit of the GoFundMe. Support Randall Anderson's recovery and justice. As many of you may know, my brother Randall Anderson was a victim of police brutality on May 30th, 2025 in St. Louis, Missouri. Due to this assault, Randall is suffering from many injuries, both physical and mental. Before this incident, Randall earned a culinary arts degree from Le Cordon Bleu Institute in Sacramento and worked as a chef in several St. Louis restaurants. Many people and organizations have reached out to see how they can help. Because of the assault, Randall is now unable to work. As his sister, and with Randall's approval, I created this GoFundMe to help with his hospital bills, attorney fees, and personal expenses while he recovers. Randall is a loving father of 3, a son, a brother, and a human being who did not deserve to be assaulted and brutalized. His injuries have made it impossible for him to support his family or care for his children as he did before. The unexpected hospital bills, attorney fees, and daily living expenses are quickly adding up, and our family is struggling to keep up with these urgent costs. We are reaching out to our community and beyond for help during this incredibly difficult time. Your support will go directly towards Randall's medical care, legal representation, and essential living expenses while he heals. Randy is deeply grateful for every prayer, message, and donation. This assault has left my brother traumatized. Your kindness and generosity mean the world to us as we fight for Randall's recovery and justice. And this was reportedly made by his sister. Now, once again, then you can see that the brutality in that video is unnecessary. You saw the multitude of black people standing around complaining. At some point, we just got to start jumping on these officers. Now, I don't mean that literally, but, at what point do you continue to let people like that? Reminded me of those scenes where they sick hoses and dogs on people in the 60s and they drag them around like rag dogs like that. And I saw the black police come up, and unfortunately, people made the mistake of complaining to them. And as you see, the black people were just there for crowd control. They did not reprimand. They did not dissuade that officer from doing anything that he'd already did or continuing to do. What they did was keep the black people back, keep the black people under control. And if you know anything about St. Louis, Missouri, that is, where Ferguson took place, the death of Mike Brown. If you watched earlier in the year, I interviewed Mike Brown Sr., in which that incident highlighted the disparity in the racial climate, the racial undertone of the entire Ferguson and St. Louis, Missouri law enforcement entities in that area. And so once again, this is just another example of things that go on a daily basis here in America. Now, I received a message the other day. Someone asked me, why do I keep showing these videos? You're doing more harm than good. You're exposing black people to trauma. But you never say that to the nightly news, who every day on the news show black people getting killed by other black people, this, that, and the other. If my making the videos makes you more concerned or is more disturbing to you than what is actually happening in the videos, then I suggest you may recheck your moral compass. Because once again, I do not wake up looking for these stories. These stories are sent to me via email, text, inbox. And so this is one of the stories that once again highlight the propensity of police in America to be untowardly violent towards black people. Violence is wrong in America. Violence is wrong abroad. If it's wrong to be violent, defending black men, black women, and black children, and it's wrong to be violent for the United States government to send us over there to Iran, Iraq, Israel, and wherever to be violent in defense of her. Like Malcolm said, they send you over to Vietnam, you shed blood. They send you over to Korea, you shed blood. They send you over to Afghanistan and Iraq and Libya and Syria, you shed blood. But when it comes to the defending your own people, your own children, your own mothers, and your own fathers getting attacked by police, then you ain't got no blood to shed. So I find that very telling. In this time, Malcolm's words speak volumes, even to this day. And so while I don't condone violence from anything, I know I mentioned jumping on the police earlier, but, at what point do you say, okay, this has got to end? This has got to stop. We're not going to tolerate this any longer. And so, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I have the answers. But, what I do know is that, people are getting fed up. And, I don't know, what it's going to take. But, as the scripture says, there's a time to heal and a time to kill. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. Y'all see the number 919-587-7782. Thank y'all for watching, sharing, liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel. Donations, calls, texts, emails, inboxes, all of the like. I really appreciate the engagement and the insight on these matters. And as always, peace and blessings.
Scripture says all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop.
Let's go, Rich. Let's go. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing.
Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too long.